How's it? Welcome to Minecraft with Jublet74. Let's play. We start today's episode with some bad news and then some good news. The bad news is, you'll notice Adam here working on his lonesome. We've got 3 villagers, 3 clerics AWOL. And there's quite a few iron golems hanging around. We need to take a trip to the nether again, but that's nothing compared to what's in there. With iron golems, I mean. Look at these guys. Come on now, maybe that's why they're moving out, the villagers, because you guys are crowding them out. So I can't get them out just yet because of, we need to do some remodeling over here. Maybe we'll just do that for the moment. No one else can get in. Oh, there we go. Problem solved. I'll do some redecorating there at some point. But the other thing I've got to show you is, we were talking about fireworks last time. Yeah. Have a look at this crazy build. I know it just sticks out like a sore thumb around here, but I was just so preoccupied with redstone. So before I show you what it does, let me just show you the mess I made. This is crazy. There's so much stuff going on. But I'll explain it all. Okay. So we're going to pop over to a creative testing world in a sec. First though, I'll demonstrate it. So it is in firework charge making mode. Okay, so we stand over here, we keep this spot here in our inventory full and everything in the hotbar full. You'll see why in just a moment. And this is the button to get the machine going. So we'll stand back here on top of this hopper here and press a button. And then right click the crafting table. And everything that comes in here we can put in to make a firework star, sorry. And then when we press Q or just chuck it out the inventory, it goes into the hopper and sends the next lot around. So whatever comes out, and you'll notice it's different each time. Oh, this one gave us lots of stuff. Do a couple more. And the possibilities are, I don't know what the number is, but it must be pretty amazing. I just want one more where it gives us a whole lot. There we go. Ooh, okay, it's given us 2. And in this case, we'll only use 1. This does sometimes happen, but it's not a problem. It's still a very efficient way of getting these things done. Because sometimes you can put 2 colors. So when you get duplicates of anything, you just keep them here and you just chuck it in the next one. Okay, so it's got this one for example is a small ball lime trail twinkle, and you take the diamond out, it loses the trail. So we may as well put that in. Let's do one more. Cyan, trail, small ball. Cool. Okay, so we won't chuck it in, and otherwise the cycle's endless. When this hopper here is full, it stops. So that you can come down, collect the firework stars, and then put them in the correct hoppers, which I believe is this one. No, no, no. Oh yes, it's these ones at the back. There, that's one of them anyway. One dropper. So let's put it into, it's very confusing around here. I really need to learn to make my redstone a little neater. So we'll put it into rocket mode. I was going to make another machine, and I just wanted to challenge myself to see if I could use the same setup, the same button, the same everything. But now instead of using the droppers on this side, we're going to use the ones on this side. and automatically it'll give us first everything we need to make a basic rocket, and then sometimes every now and then we get added extras. So same deal, we cover this spot just to get all these full, and cover the hotbar, and set the primer. Okay, so it's time we get 1 star, 1 gunpowder and 1 paper. Control Q throws them all out at the same time, so it only clicks once. And we just keep going, and you'll see sometimes we'll get little added extras. So these will all be flight duration 1, and with just 1 burst. Oh, we got some extra gunpowder that time. So this one is a flight duration 3 with the fireworks, with the red firework star-shaped one. Ooh, this one gave us 2 balls, and obviously the paper because we need that every time, and this one is a flight duration 2. So it just mixes and matches, but always will, like this example, will always give you the bare minimum to make at least one that will go. Okay. So that's how we get so many different kinds. Otherwise, it's far too difficult to make so many decisions. So everything ends up in there. So we'll take these, and we'll use them a little bit later to show you the example of the. Oh, it's also got a night light, which I forgot to look at. The last thing I need is another creeper blowing this place up. Okay, so all of this is just for will probably only be a 5-minute show at the end of the season. But I'll show you where we're going to have it. Right here in front of the library, and between the Fletcher's house, in front of the hand, and next to this bit here. So over here somewhere we're going to have all the dispensers that are going to shoot the fireworks up. I might turn the beacons off just to keep it nice and dark, and then the grand finale will be over here in front of the hand. Okay, so let me go to we'll go to the creative testing world for a sec, and I'll show you in a little more detail how this all works. Okay, over my shoulder here you'll see the stripped down version. We'll take a closer look. Now I mentioned fire charges last time. I always get confused, firework charges and fire charges. This is the fire charge, and that's one of the ingredients over there. And how you make it is gunpowder, coal and blaze. Okay? There we go. So how this works is when the primer button over there is pressed, or when something goes through that hopper, just bear in mind that this hopper here is locked currently, okay? And only when something goes through this hopper, through this one actually, it'll send a signal over here, which will go around there, into there, turn this off for just a second, long enough for that to drain, and then switch on again and lock it for the next one. So that's how we get a pulse every time we throw something out the inventory. The other time we get a pulse is when we press this button, because we'll need to prime it sometimes. So that just goes round into there and bypasses that and just goes straight along up there. Okay, and it goes into this. There's 2 sections to this, right? This is the definitely side, and that's the maybe side. So this pulse that comes up here will definitely fire here, and because these droppers are next to each other, we'll fire all 3. And these are the basic ingredients you need, as you know, for the firework star. Gunpowder, the diamond, or any of the other modifiers, and then a color. But if you just have this, you're only ever going to get 1 color. You can't use the fades. I think you can use up to 8 colors, but I'm only, in my example, I'm only using 2. And sometimes with these modifiers, these 2 at the top here, the diamond and the glowstone, can be used in conjunction with these. So it has to have at least 1 of these, but you can also have 1 of these plus 1 of these. I know it's a bit confusing, but after a while, I understood, and it works itself out. Okay, so this is the definitely side, and on the maybe side, this is a hopper-dropper combo. Let me just demonstrate it quickly. But I call it a maybe box. in my head. Okay, so every time I press this button, it's going to dispense either the sword, which is a non-stackable item, or the raw beef, which is. And the sword, if it chooses the sword, it will send out a pulse long enough to fire this dropper. But the steak won't. The steak signal will stop there. Okay. So that's a yes. A yes. It's 2 out of 2. 3 out of 3. Oh, I promise you it does work. There you go. That time it sent nothing. And then a yes again. Okay, and that time nothing. So just put these back quickly. Otherwise they'll interfere with the next bit. Okay. So that's the basics how it works. So this maybe box will fire an additional, every now and then only, not every time. But when it does fire, it'll give you an additional color to make the fade. And then either another piece of glowstone or another diamond. Now sometimes this one will give you a diamond and this one will give you a diamond or a glowstone, but then you just keep it on your bar here for the next time. Okay. So as always, when you start, you fill the space over here and fill up your hotbar. Stand right up against here so that you collect them before it goes into the dropper there, the hopper, sorry. We'll give it a quick prime. Oh, that time we got a whole lot of things, and they're all different. So the fade will go from whichever color you put above the other or before the other. So it'll go from purple to cyan. That'll give us a trail. This will give us a burst, and that's the basic ingredient of gunpowder. Okay, so we'll check that out and get the next one. This time just the basics. So the maybe box said no. Okay, so this time we've got two colors of the same. It doesn't happen very often, but not to worry. We'll just keep that aside for next time and just use these. We're always going to be able to make a rocket, a charge with each one we do. So this one we'll just use here. And well, why not? We'll have all 3 colors. So this is how you get really, really unique ones, instead of having to go through them all and choose them. You know? Okay, and when it comes to making oh sorry, let me just do one more to stop the machine. And we'll just hold on to that for a moment. Okay, and that's how you get the machine to stop. Okay, so that's how that works. Now with this other side, in the main world, we've got these droppers here, have got gunpowder, charges and paper. These are the basic ingredients you need to make. And added extras, I've got actually 2 gunpowder, there's 3, right? So 2 of them give you a possibility of an extra gunpowder, and another one an extra gunpowder, so you can get up to 3. And this one will give you an extra star, so you can get up to 2. Again, as with colors, with these stars, you can put up to 8. But I think that's too many, and this is quite narrow. And you can't make them fire independently unless you give them some more space. You know, there's got to be a space between them. So our build is quite small, so we're just sticking to the basics. Okay, so that's how that works, and now I'll give you a quick demonstration on what it looks like. So these 3 dispensers here are all filled with, ones I made, like earlier. So they're all different, all random. And let's just make it nighttime first, quick. Nighttime. And there's lots of different ways that you can set this pulse. At the moment, for here, I'm using a redstone clock, which is quite slow. Well, it's fast, but it's not as fast as a dispenser one. So when these guys look at each other, it just sends out a very rapid signal. And we can use that sometimes, with firework shows. Sometimes they come many at once, sometimes individually, and we need different ways of timing the show. So this one's very quick. This one, which I'll demonstrate the rockets with, is a little slower. Let's have a look. Turned all the sounds down already. We've got star shapes, we've got some with trails, all the different colors. Okay, but it's a bit boring always at the same pace and in the same place. Let's just turn this off quick. Okay, so the other things we can add, like a lot more dispensers. We can put them together to fire really quickly over here with just a 1 tick delay. We can put some maybe boxes over here so that when this middle circuit goes, it just fires them every now and then, these dispensers here with all the rockets. And then every now and then when the circuit comes around, and I'll show you how the circuit works in just a moment, but every once in a while this maybe box here will fire off these, right, in the demonstration I'm about to show you. So when you press when you flick the power lever over there, right, what it does is it jacks up this observer, okay, and then it sends a flash all around this initial circuit. Okay, and the same thing over here. It sends this. Let's just get rid of this block. This piston will send this up, and then because it's up, the circuit, when it comes around, it'll go straight through it like a bad curry, you know, in one end and out the other. So that's how it works, right? I hope that explanation was good. I'm really sorry. I'm not used to this. I've never done a redstone video before, and I've never made anything like this before, and I'm over the moon that it even works. So for this quick demonstration, let's try that again, shall we? Okay, we can put some music on. Okay. Start building up the atmosphere a little bit. Turn on the maybe boxes. Get a few to get it going. And at the right moment, we can crank it. And we can have these manual. Isn't that cool? These are all the same kind of fireworks. I was going through so many, they're all just these bursts. There's only 3 different kinds here. So we can turn the crank off again after a while. We'll just go through one more cycle. And then stop, and then go slow again. There you go. And instead of doing it manually, we can also have it on a timer. Should slow down on its own. There you go. See, just a bit of variation in the timing. Okay, let's switch everything off, and including that. Okay, this is the timer. In this example, I've used 32 blocks. This is a Etho hopper clock, and that'll just send the fast circuit going, which is this one over here. Okay. Right, and to break the cycle, because this redstone pulse goes round and round and round and round again, when that power button is off, this piston over here is down. Okay, so that breaks the circuit right here. So when this is powered, this piston goes up and the current can go through the block. Right. So now all we have to do is, somewhere around where the hand is, we'll get a whole lot of dispensers, we'll get different timing mechanisms, we'll get it going, but I won't show you the show until right at the end. I can't tell which is which. Oh, is it that one? Or is it that one? No, it's that one. Oh, you can see why I get confused. Okay, so let's put it down there as the sun sets. And we'll burn up the rockets we made at the beginning of the episode, okay? Not that many. Just as a taster. check for creepers. So many different ones, eh? That's what I love about this way. So I'm just really nervous about creepers. There we go. It's the end. Oh, that was perfect timing. Wow. Okay, well, before we get blown up, I just want to get some sanctuary in the library here quick. And say cheers for now. Thanks for joining me again. And yeah, just a few more episodes to go and we'll do the real fireworks show. And have some more fun with the arrows in the nether before we go. Okay. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.